It's Stefana here, your holistic mentor, and today is our Monday morning mentoring session. One of the things that we know in fitness is that we have to take the time to rest. If we don't rest our body, it's not going to recover and we're not going to be able to come back and do whatever we need to do the next day. So if we overwork, if we ask our body to do too much and we break that body down, we're going to be less effective, have less energy, and actually do more harm than good. Well, that goes right along with the brain as well, the mind and the spirit. If we don't take the time to rest and to recover the mind, the brain, shut down, allow for that brain to shut off and really process life. That's part of sleep for sure, but even just resting from the constant barrage, we're going to find that we are less able to focus, we're less effective, there's less clarity. Now, I have personal experience from this last week, very, very intense week, the proverbial burning the candle at both ends, and I was maxed out. Come Saturday, after an entire week of trying to get everything done, to get the studio and working as a single mom and all of that goes with it, I failed to take the rests and the breaks that I needed to restore on a daily basis. So by the time Saturday came along, I was completely ineffective in doing anything, in doing the basic, simple actions that I would normally take 15 minutes to get done. I could barely even get through them and was incompetent in even doing those simple actions. So I wonder if that is something that resonates with you, that if we don't take the rests, but more so if we don't build them into our lives, not just once a week. So we've got the Sabbath, right? And I'm going to implement that starting this week as well. One day where I'm just unplugged, turned off, not doing anything. Even if that means that I have to put things aside, where it's like, I don't have time to take off. I know that if I don't make the time to take that rest and take the time to decompress, I'm not going to be effective. It's just not going to happen. So this is so true for everyone, for the human species. We need the rest. We need the time, not just for our bodies, but for our minds, our brains, our spirits. We have to recover, recuperate. Part of that absolutely is sleep. We know that. That's built into our cycles. And a lot of times we're not getting the kind of deep sleep that we need in order to do that. But this specific mentoring, Monday morning mentoring, is about building in rest for the brain. So that would be turning off those distractions, turning off the TV, turning off the news, taking a mental diet, and allowing for your brain to not have to think, to not have to strategize and analyze and come up with solutions, that it needs to be able to have a break. And I can tell you, by me doing that and taking one day off, I actually just took the afternoon off and allowed my body to rest and do childish things that I used to love when I was a child, going swimming and being playful in my body, because I was studying and constantly had to get this next test passed and how to do this, and in this total thinking, testing mode. And my brain it had had enough. And I was getting frustrated and upset and testy and not feeling well, not feeling whole. And we know that that's just not a recipe for a holistic, healthy lifestyle. Our body will start breaking down. Our brain will start breaking down. Our mind starts breaking down, and everything starts breaking down. So let's focus on that this week, whether it is adapting to your daily habit. I love this idea of the digital sunset. I still do that. I have an 8 p.m. to a certain time in the morning where I'm just unplugged, so I don't answer phones, I don't check emails. But with that said, I don't need to be doing studying and studying late, even though my digital pieces are off. So I've learned that. But for you, what would you do this week that would allow for you to get the rest, the recovery, let your brain rest, not just your body? So maybe taking that day of rest and not having to, I'm going to put all the backlogged problems for this last day. Instead, is like realizing you do need that full rest. I know I need that. Let's keep each other on task and accountable for putting in those rest periods, letting the brain rest and recover, and even just doing nothing, just resting on the earth. Just all those beautiful tools that I know I tell my clients, oh, you're gonna go stand on the earth, just rest on the earth, just be quiet, go and meditate. But just doing nothing or doing something that allows for you to fully rest the brain, fully rest the body. Okay, so that's the Monday morning mentoring for this week. Let me know how that goes, and if you have any suggestions on how we can all improve on building in our own natural rest periods so that we can do the deep work that we're here to do, and we have the wherewithal and the ability to function because we do build in those rest periods and recovery periods. Okay, peace and blessings.